Good afternoon, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. Hitchhiking Yeti here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Today I'm in Carolina Beach, North Carolina. As you can see, the beautiful wall art right here behind me. And we're going to get into some fun stuff today. It is a very overcast and just cloudy day. It's been very rainy this morning. As you can see, all the precipitation that has gathered right here in the parking lot behind the Boardwalk Arcade. Breeza, and obviously right here is the Crush and Grind coffee shop, and right here is the Hampton Inn and Suites. Right down the road a piece from the Hampton Inn and Suites, you have the Cabana, and then you have the Sea Witch Motel. The Sea Witch Motel is going through some renovation right now. I think it's going to have a renaming. We're going to walk over there and check that out, kind of see if we can, I think I heard what the name is, but I want to go over there and verify before I put it on camera what the new name is going to be. We're going to check that out. Then I want to make my way over here to Island Burgers and Bites, to the old Hardee's location. You know, they're moving into that spot. So we're going to go over there and check that out and see how that renovation's come along. Then we're going to get in the truck, drive down to Fort Fisher Recreation Area, and then take a walk out the Basin Trail, because there is something that's been out there for a long time that I never knew what it was. There's this big old like wooden billboard looking thing out there just to the left if you're looking south of the basin, the water basin. And it's even out further than the old Fort Fisher Hermit World War II bunker. It's further than that. But speaking of World War II, I read online that that billboard looking thing had something to do with World War II in a way. It was actually an old like target for planes. When they were here in the US, they could put sandbags instead of actually dropping live like ammunition, and practice dropping sandbags on that board. So it was a target practice place, and it's still there all these years later. I mean, you're talking about the 40s. Here we are in 2025. So we're going to walk out there and check that out just because I want to see it. I like history and I like interesting stuff like that. So if somebody ever says, hey, what is that? And I can actually tell them this is what it is. So we're going to make a route out there and check that out, and then we're going to wrap it up. Should be short and sweet today. I hope the rain holds off. If not, it's okay. I do have an umbrella that I will utilize if I need to stay dry. So let's go ahead and get started with our little tour and make our way over toward the old Sea Witch Motel. Thank you for hanging out with me today, by the way. I really do appreciate it. All right, I've made my way down here on Carolina Beach Avenue North. Right here is the Sea Witch Cafe. Right over here is the Sea Witch Tiki Bar. And this is the old Sea Witch Motel that we're checking out right here. As you see, some construction's been going on. That's right, it looks like we got some new wood right ahead of us there on that patio. Look at the railing and the top railing. All that stuff looks brand spanking new. I do notice the office right here where you would check in has been changed, and looks like it's been, you know, renovated in some way or form. A lot darker blue now than it used to be. Look at the, it's like a baby blue siding on this place over the years. And this here was called the old Sea Witch Inn. And they used to have an overhang right there, and I noticed it's gone. I think I found it. Let's take a little walk over here right next to the swimming pool area. And this is the overhang I was talking about. There it is, Sea Witch Inn. This here's going to be a collector's item now. That's it. So it has been removed. Looks like they're doing a pretty much a rename, refurb job on this place. This motel's been here a long time. And it looks like the new name we're going to see hoisted up is the Boardwalk Inn. And I kind of like that. I really do like that design right there with the sunshine, the palm tree, Ferris wheel. That is pretty cool. I'm digging that a lot. It's kind of trip. Me and my dad used to stay here from time to time throughout my teen years. And we used to come down here. Back then it was called the Lighthouse Motel. And then somebody bought it, I guess, did a name change, and they turned it into the Sea Witch and opened up this little cafe right across the road. And it was always kind of cool because when you would stay here in this little motel, you always have like a Sea Witch Cafe menu in your room. So you could just call over, order your food. They'd bring it over here to you, or you could go pick it up. Either way, if you didn't want to sit in there. They used to have really good steaks at one time, but that was a long time ago. But 20 years ago, that's a long time. But now it will no longer be known as the Sea Witch. It's now going to be called the Boardwalk Inn. I'm just glad it's not being torn down, you know, because that's all we need is another high rise, right? You know, these places like this, these little motels are becoming extinct, you know, in these beach communities. And I'm glad Carolina Beach still has a few of them left. All right, my friends, now I'm walking over here to the old Hardee's building. We're going to check out how the renovation is coming along for my favorite double cheeseburger location here in town. Talking about none other than Island Burgers and Bites. And right here is the old drive-through area for Hardee's. No longer do you have the order menu. Right here, it's been removed. Got them a porta potty. Right there is the old drive-through menu structure, completely ripped out. I noticed when I drove by here the other day, you could really see where they tore up the drive-through concrete. Got this rebarb over here. So I originally thought these guys were just going to kind of renovate the innards and leave the outside kind of itself, but no, they're doing something kind of big out here for some reason. So very interesting. I absolutely know nothing about concrete or blacktop work. But something they had to do, because I got a feeling this is pretty expensive. But really nice to see them coming along and fixing this place up. I cannot wait. Supposedly, last time I spoke to somebody that worked at Island Burgers and Bites, they was talking about they hope to be open by like March. So time will tell. I will definitely come by here from time to time, give a little update in my vlogs to check out this place. Can't wait to go in there and try one of the hamburgers out and see if the magic is there that they got out of this little convenience store right here behind us, you know, because they're awesome in there. Hopefully moving from one spot to the other don't change anything. All right, so that'll pretty much do it for the downtown Carolina Beach portion of this vlog. Now let's go get in my truck and make our way down to Fort Fisher next and take a little walk out the Basin Trail. Look at the flock of pelicans. Oh my gosh, they are everywhere. Man, that is probably the biggest wad of pelicans I have ever seen. But yes, I have made it down here to the Fort Fisher State Recreation Area. My wife is going to walk with me today, and we're going to go right out this pathway right here. This here is the Basin Trail entrance. This is the 4x4 path. We're going to be utilizing this path, but we're going to walk the Basin Trail for a little ways, and then we're going to switch over to that pathway and walk out to the Target, World War II Target for planes, and go check that thing out and just see it. This should be a lot of fun. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so right when you enter the path of the Basin Trail, you have a map right here. Gives us a little idea of where you are. We're right here in this area. This little white box right here, a rectangle, this is actually the North Carolina Aquarium. So we're going to follow this pathway back through the woods, and then we're actually going to traverse over to the four-wheel drive beach access, that little dotted line right down through here. Make our way out right till we see it turn to go out on the beach itself. If we look off to the right, because we're traveling south, we should see the Target right here in this vicinity. And right there is the World War II bunker where the Fort Fisher Hermit used to live back in the 60s. So we've been out there plenty of times here on the channel. So we're going to go to the opposite side of this, what they call Hermit's Creek. And this here is like the basin area. So really cool. And they also have a sign right here. I thought it was pretty neat. It says, "Ticks, please don't feed the ticks." So in other words, stay on the trail, avoid tall grasses, brushy areas. But this time of year, my friends, it's very wet back here and very cool. The time of this recording is about 57 degrees here in January 2025. And I don't think we got to really worry about ticks too much this time of year, so we're good to go on that. But that is good advice for your springtime and warmer months, summertime walks here on the Basin Path. All right, we're moving right along. I just exited out of the Basin Trail area. It actually comes out here on the beach very briefly when you're going to the World War II bunker. As you can see right there is the North Carolina Aquarium here at Fort Fisher. And kind of funny moment, as you can see my wife right there in front of me. I really thought today that I would be doing this on my own. She don't like cool weather, and it's 57 today, but that wind makes it quite a bit breezier. You know, the wind chill and everything is kind of in there. Probably feels more like 50, but that's a pretty good gust right there. But I was really thinking I was going to be solo today. She decided she wants to come along with me, and we thought we would be the only two out here. There's not going to be anybody else walking the Basin Trail today. And lo and behold, if you look right there in front of us, there's another family walking the trail. So it's not just people that are out here having fun on the beach. Check this out. We got some deer track. And that's something that always surprises people when I tell them how many deer I see in the Fort Fisher area, especially early in the mornings. If you come out here, you will see deer track, and you will see deer everywhere. I mean, I have seen as many right over there, kind of close to the Fort Fisher ferry, like where you get on the ferry, there's just one real tight bend in the road. Man, you see a lot of deer right there in that real thicket area, that real greenery. You'll see like 7, 8, 9, 10 of them sometime. Whole herd of them. Just on the side of the road eating grass, you know. And they're pretty tame because you can either slow down and stop and look at them, and they just kind of just keep right on eating. So they have definitely been out moving around today, that's for sure, this morning. All right, so we've pretty much finished up our walk here on the Basin Trail now. Now, normally, walking the Basin Trail, you would just continue on right down through here, and that will take you to the World War II Fort Fisher bunker. We're going this way. See where that Toyota Tacoma, that four-wheel drive, is cruising along there? We're actually going to walk out this way, and then what we're looking for is out there somewhere, out beyond. I don't know if my wife knows what she's in for today, but I'm really happy she's hanging out with me, and she's being a trooper. I know this ain't the greatest weather conditions to be doing this, but she's going to do it with me today, so I'm really proud of her. So let's go on out here and see if we can find this target now and document it. I have seen quite a few of these signs out here. It says area closed, bird nesting area, North Carolina Wildlife Resource Commission. No entry, no dogs. March 1st to September 15th. So definitely in the summertime. But wow, this is wild out here. I don't think I have ever been out in this area, but it is just a wasteland, man. There is absolutely nothing, hardly. But if you see right there on the horizon, you can see this kind of a rectangle looking board sticking up like right there. That is where we're walking to. And that thing's a lot bigger than what I thought it was going to be. Holy smoke, that thing is going to be huge, but I guess it's got to be big for planes to be able to aim and hit that with sandbags and practice. It's just amazing all these years later it's still there. All right, right there goes another Jeep out on the beach. And boy, let me tell you something. The wind has picked up a lot. It is really blowing quite hard from the southwest. And you know who back there. She's hanging in there. She's hanging in there. I know this ain't the most comfortable walk because that wind is quite chilly. It is cold, so, but we're gonna do this. All right, as the wind is more than brisk now, it has really picked up. Right there is the platform. All right, my friends, boom, we made it. This is so cool. We made it out here. I'm so happy. It just happened to be low tide today. As you can see, the water's like really low. few hours, I would imagine all this is going to be beneath water, so we could not get this close to this structure. But my goodness, I don't know why in my right mind I thought this was some kind of wood, because that don't make sense. Just the energy and the power that a plane would have when it drops at the speed that drop a sandbag for aiming practice would definitely probably break wood. But this is actually like concrete. You know, you can actually see the rebarb right there on the back side. This part, it kind of keeps it propped up. It looks like some kind of old bridge or something maybe. And they just kind of broke it apart and brought it here, you know, and said, hey, we'll use this for practice runs. But that is pretty awesome. If this is indeed, you know, what I read online, if it really is a target for World War II planes back in that era, I think this is just so awesome. Still to this day, it's still here. And if we look on the horizon there, you can actually see the location of the North Carolina Fort Fisher Aquarium. And then right over here in this thicket, right over in this area, is the old World War II bunker, which that is famously known for the home of the Fort Fisher Hermit, which I've done a video on. Even done a video, that was one of my first, I think that was my first YouTube video that I did, was on the Fort Fisher Hermit. And then I kind of did a revisiting of that story this past year. I will put a link in the description below if you'd like to check that out. But yeah, I think this is just so cool, so fascinating that this is out here. If it truly is what they say it is online. And that is pretty awesome. So I was reading about it a little bit, not this one particularly, but how this would work is back in those days, they would take planes and they might put sandbags on them, or they would put some kind of bag would make smoke. So when a plane would come in from like this area, he would come in and swoop down and try to hit this target, hit this side. And when whatever they're dropping hits, it would make smoke. It would make a big old puff of smoke, and it would show you how good your accuracy is and how you need to practice on your aiming and things like that, and when to pull up and all that good stuff. So yeah, I think that is pretty awesome. So that is going to be it for this part of the video. We're going to go ahead and walk back. My wife did not want to make the trek all the way over here. She's over there covering her ears up trying to stay warm. So she's suffered enough today. Let me go ahead and make my way over there and hook up with her, and we'll wrap the video up then. All right, my friends, that will pretty much do it for me today here at Fort Fisher, here on Pleasure Island. Fun little day. I like coming out here and doing stuff like this. Though it wasn't the most pleasurable weather-wise walk, but just want to give a big shout out to my wife for being a trooper. She's already walking. I got to catch up with her now. So hope you enjoyed today's vlog. Until next time, I am the Hitchhiking Yeti. I did not hitchhike today, that's for sure. I walked this bad boy out here to no man's land to see this target. But hope everyone enjoyed the vlog. Until next time, friends, I'm the Hitchhiking Yeti, and I will see you in my next adventure. Y'all stay safe. I hope to see you all again very soon. Be kind of cool if I'd see a deer out here as we walk. Probably not going to happen. Deer's smarter than I am. They're over there in that thicket somewhere, getting warm. I'm out here in the open air breeze. It's very chilly willy. Very, very chilly willy.